tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes offense will go to work for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The deep
breaks into the open. Just keeps moving. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40, now working at the 39.
nice job of getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get in those traps, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you can tell the speed sets him up, makes the big play out to the right.
The Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll ride the hot hand. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. The play action fake. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation of time to be able to throw the football just and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes that Alabama offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Alabama pushing the tempo. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, and never fall back.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped to a run. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to put it away for the first time tonight. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll run it from the gun. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves it with 2nd and short. Trying play action. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Look at the pass.
gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. They'll move the wide receiver. On the move, it's Stoneburner. Fights off the defender. He had a whole host of defenders he had to dodge in the backfield. And the Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Safe completion on the screen. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's third down. The lone back's got it. Got it to him.
Strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage of it.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Alabama quickly back to the line. Alabama may always be built on the line, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years. And it's not just run. It's not just eat clock. It is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. First play of the period will be a second down. He's got it on the right. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Catch in the middle, it's Ramsey. And he's brought down after the spin move for a short gain. The Buckeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. The screen, he's got wheels. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gets it out fast. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 25-yard line, it's first and 10. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Behind the chains now on second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Finds the tight end. Now that all the makings of hard meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Wants to keep it in the air. Got his man. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker.
Personal foul. Making the pass.
So the offense gets an automatic first down after the roughing the passer penalty. He'll pull it on the option and try to do it himself. Oh, it's a fumble. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
How about that? You think he's going in for the score? It looks like he's going to get it. He fumbles the football. Who's going to get it? Johnny on the spot. The offense finds the football, lands on it, and gets the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you could make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Notre Dame is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far in South Bend. They're up by 10 over Oklahoma State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got his man quickly. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half, so they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
To the air on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Poe. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball.
He's got it down the right side. Lots of room to run. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught behind the line. It's Ncaa. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Got it. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the D deny them on second and goal. Back to pass. Looking for the score. Touchdown tie. Ran the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Powers through the defender. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the big fella. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Nice move to keep running. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. And the Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for a physical attack from the guts. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. He moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And he'll make the grab on the sideline and not able to get to the first down mark. The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Near the sticks. It's Ramsey. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock. On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. Good right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead down a little further.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out there inside the horseshoe.
Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Off play action on first down. They're working that left side. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25. Power football with the run. Through the defense. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give to the single back. Got the first down and still on his feet. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Looking to throw on first down. Finds a man on the left. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Gives it on the option. Spins away from the defense. Really good run and gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Runs through it to Wants to go up top. Escapes the sack. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And, man, what great effort. You could tell he was fighting, scratching, breaking tackles. The problem is when you give all those second efforts and you got all those guys holding you up, slowing you down, now that football becomes vulnerable. You can punch it out. Defense punches the football out, lands on top of it. Nice momentum swing for this defense.
And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Grabbed in the middle. It's Poe. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. The horseshoe is rocking right back up their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Oh, what a move to get open. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Backed up now. Here's second and long.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage.
Lofts one high and deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Up-tempo for the offense. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws that turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique.
It's picked up, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They get him on the ground at the 33-yard line with the interception. The turnover has given this offense a great shot.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. That's his first career interception in college football, so that's going to sting. But now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Quick strike complete. And game tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing. Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it. But you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Got 3 on first down and second and 7. The give to the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. Ball down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Right back to the well. Quick spin on the right. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on first and goal. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they had 6 more to go, but it's be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. Second down, he'll throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Poe. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work in the final period of this one. End off from the shotgun, fighting off the defender.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Finds a little space. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to 44. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Nothing to pass it. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. The inside handoff. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the...
Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bama!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. UTEP was able to cap off a close one inside the Sun Bowl with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped a gain of 6. They'll try to run for it. Jukes his way for more. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Timeout called by the defense is their first in the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll run it. It's Stoneburner. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same ball. They'll try to get it in with the run. Made a defender miss. He works his way all the receiver comes in motion. Slams it ahead. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Zings it complete to the right. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get out of the end zone. They tackle a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. To the air on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Caught open middle. It's Darisaw.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big leads, and you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Believe it. A great play on the interception is wiped away with the roughing the passer call. Motion from the back. Wants to throw on first down. He's got him.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
Wants to fire on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Poe. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he added the extra point. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final kicks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think when you're the #1 team in the country, you're coming in expecting to win. You're the favorites. Everybody's talking.
looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Alabama's offense will go on the attack first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense. And if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, they able to
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Quickly complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He's brought down a short return, and the defense comes out on top of the pick.
And how about the rough starts for these offenses? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early in the first drives to get something going. Both of them turn it over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. The run from the shotgun keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Alabama pushing the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. No huddle offense to the line.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Across the 45, and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Nothing to pass. Defense.
Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. That's caught. It's Tharrison. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. The Tide with the first and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Catch in the middle, it's Tharrison. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Going to work on second down. The red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Nothing to pass. Defense.
I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. Trying to slam it. Precision block mid-flight created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll try the run. Hard running there. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22. And the Gators can really attack on this second and short. They'll run play action. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. It's Montgomery. Escapes trouble. To handle that punt, they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. It's a draw. Got room to work.
Everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. On the ground, it's Terry. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Throws for the tight end. Working on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Wide receiver going in motion. To the ground with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Decimals rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Montgomery. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Lost the throw on first down off the play fake. the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Pulls and throws up the RPO. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Auburn is behind significantly on that scoreboard. This has been a gong show since Old War Eagle took flight today. They're trailing by 18 to Kentucky. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes,
He's got it down. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Now they have a quickly back to the line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Caught in the backfield, it's Lemon. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40, they'll mark it at the 39. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got the quick pass. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Late hit. Moves the ball up 15 yards. 3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to adjust the pattern. Try to get it to the edge. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. 2nd down coming up with this red zone opportunity. Red pass, it's complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Under fire. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And so many more times we're going to say go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on when you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick. Nice job.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Gets it out quickly. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. The sure hands, it's Dyer.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
Got his hand in the middle. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Montgomery. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. This one's complete. They made the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit of time to get Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Looking to throw. Let's it fly. Throw to the end zone. Picked off.
And that's going to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes. Getting to the football.
Waiting seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. The give out of the gun. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. At 45 on his way. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. One more snap coming before halftime. To the air on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the
Pass
defender.
interference. Defense.
So the penalty for pass interference will allow this offense to run one more play on an untimed down. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is even bigger. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that said, let's send it back to the guys at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
I agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football from out of this group.
I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to
Turning it on! He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The RPO, it's complete. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. The play action fake. It's complete. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Gators kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Might as well give it to him again. Goff sliding there as he picks up one to the 29. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to throw. It's Montgomery. Quick shovel pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Fires to the right out. Catch in the middle. It's Dyer. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Turbin. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play, you line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Alabama pushing the tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Just keeps slinging it. Using the quick game. Nice gain on that play, but it leaves it a little short of the first down. Handoff from the gun. Makes the tackle.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down. They're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture.
They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Grab behind the line. It's their assault. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Makes the grab. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Nice pitch and catch. This receiver and quarterback have done this thousands of times. Finds the open man, throws a strike. The receiver does the rest, gets into the end zone.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He's got it. One try as good as they build on this lead. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move. just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish. He'll off one deep down the left side. Makes the grab inside the 30. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
The only way they were getting back in this game is if they did that. Great job. Huge explosive play by this offense. We need multiple scores. Got to keep the hammer down, but great job making the explosive.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Montgomery. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one good job before the loss. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their foot alive on 3rd and goal. They want to throw it. Gets it out fast. He did not make it a stonewall on 3rd down. A 4th-quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Touchdown, Gator. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense. Go with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field and getting the big touchdown.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Charlotte came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in the Queen City had to sweat things out for much of the day. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Never a dull moment when it comes to the American. Back to you guys.
How about that? It sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Finally corralled and not before. He picks up the 1st down. The defense calls the timeout there, 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. From the gun, running back gets to give. Jumped on top of the pile. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Tries to do it himself on the draw. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the air, it's Montgomery. Working the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Fine play action. And he can't find anyone. And down he goes. A sack here right at the 4. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete on 4th down. And man, did they need to keep that drive alive. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. You want to talk about building confidence, coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment and continue to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, hey, we should start a couple wins together.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. of this game. Seems like when these two get together, it's always a slugfest, and Alabama won a close one last season.
Yeah, it was Alabama that finished out the 12th round in that slugfest, too. It usually seems like the team that lands the last big game maker wins, and that was the tie last night.
I think that's why it's so important getting out the gates. Both these teams know each other, don't like each other. Get out the gate strong.
There he goes. He's at the touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tigers offense will have its first possession of the game. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here. The quarterback looks his way regardless of what the coverage is based on what he showed last time.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell he knew exactly where his guy was. Putting up the multiple touchdowns, like it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know him, and I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Alabama quickly back to the line. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other, man. You can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Colin.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 30. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. On the out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Third down way in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Quarterback will keep it. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Pulls and fires complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They go to the ground. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. He's got 98 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house.
Picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They march 72 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air, it's House. Gets it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. The roughing the passer penalty. Snagged in the middle. It's Duggan.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually return into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Alabama pushing the tempo. They'll run play action. Complete with conviction on the crosser. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. We've reached the break, and Alabama has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking downfield on first down. Working that left side now.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. Then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
Well, there wasn't a lot of mystery on that one, guys. Just simple QB sneak to keep this drive going. They've done a good job so far the entire drive, keeping the chains moving. Nice execution on the sneak. Good push up front. Quarterback picked the right side to tuck and run to, and we'll see what they do to finish off this drive.
They'll give it to the back. Can't get him to the ground. He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. He'll throw on third down. The sweet feet buy a little time. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Looks as if he's going to run it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Can the defense stop him again on 2nd and goal? Running back searching for a hole. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even... The Sneak scores it. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense has not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Ole Miss is down, but they are not out of it. Not when that crowd spent the morning in the Grove getting ready for this one. Let's see how those fans impact the rest of this game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
They almost took that thing end to end, but now they have to finish the drive with a score. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They'll run it from the gun. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. First and goal. Back to pass, it's House. Fires into the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Fires to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Got his man to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Got his man quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. It's complete to the left. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver, but understanding the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Looking to pass. It's House. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pulls it in. It's Robbins. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Robbins. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A little screen to the running back. Inside the 30. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. The offense will quickly throw on first down. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from the senior. So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. QB got it himself. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Here's the pressure. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And the kicker delivers the free ball to finish off the drive. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trying to knock it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And holding on to the lead, the offense will simply take a knee, and that's how we will wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said...
Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. They're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Back to throw, it's House. Makes the grab on the left. And just a short, safe pass play to pick up the field. After that last completion, it's second down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. A grab behind the line. It's Duggan. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. From the shotgun, they'll run it.
So dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and approach. He showed all of those attributes right there.
Now they'll try the 2-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. From the gun. Pressure coming. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. this offense. From the gun, through running back, looking for room. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's House. Makes the grab. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. With the 6.
And you see the option being such a plan behind the best programs in college football. You got quarterbacks that have those multiple options. They're making you play very disciplined. The QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Toledo is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed brand of football there in the MAC, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by a field goal over Eastern Michigan.
Leaves it with the back.
Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Back to pass on 2nd down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Hauls it in down the sideline. Alabama pushing the tempo. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So that they've got to have some things go their way. They've got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half, big lead going into halftime. But it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed in the half. How about that? They come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover. All the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Building momentum, picking up the chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Looking for a man. It's House. Brought over the middle. It's Haley. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Looking to fire. On target to the left. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. They'll go back to the ground. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Duggan. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running to Green. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's third and short. He'll sneak it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry. The clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Quick strike complete. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Dropping back, it's House. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. There he goes. He's brought down right at the 13-yard line. Still a ways to go to make it to the line to gain. Let's see what they do on fourth. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It is perfect. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period.
And that was an important kick here in the fourth quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting the kicker.
From inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. A deep throw as the clock winds down. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. Complete to the right. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Looking downfield on first down. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Bringing it back. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. It's really the most common touch-ups that we see every year. Home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoil.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game. And I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
Thanks so much. much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.